today. From Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, it's Week 9 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the New England Patriots taking on the Indianapolis Colts.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup set to go here between the Indianapolis Colts and the New England Patriots. Set to take the field. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. This defense for the Pats, they really played well a week ago in that win over the Jets.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. So, CD, you look at this offense and what they've been able to do. 8-0, perfect through the first 2 months of the year. Second half of the season still to come. We get that. But what kind of a percentage chance do you think that they have of running the table?
Partner, I think it's hard to say because history would tell us that the chances aren't good at all. We've seen a lot of good teams get to this point, and then they have that one bad week and takes them out of the running. I'm going to say 25%, and I feel like I'm being generous with that number.
First down, Benson hits his target, the tight end, Mo Alley Cox. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. On second down, it's Taylor. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. He still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give him the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
He'll pick up 7 there on the first down keeper.
That run right there was an offensive line coach's dream, wasn't it? Guys picked up all of their assignments, created a nice gap for the running back to get through, pick up 7 yards. Yeah, he's probably chortling on the headset right now saying, we got it going, boys. Let's keep it going.
To throw on second down, Benson being chased down, under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sack back around the 8. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up 3rd down. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Really a solid start here on the opening drive, Charles. He's now 4 of 4, and they're already in plus territory.
Brandon, he's been so precise to start this game, like we're watching an operation taking place right now. Master surgeon at work.
They need about the length of the football here on 1st and goal. They'll run here with Taylor, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Colts are on the board first here this afternoon. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. They have to be thrilled with that first drive that got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up the score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
Looking to throw on second down. Benson steps away to his left. And that's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And where the time has expired on the first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. Looking to throw. Benson. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down.
No surprise to see him running again here. It's something he's done throughout this season. And that run puts him over 500 yards on the ground for the year. He's got to be thinking to himself, if I'm already at 500, what's to stop me from going for 1,000?
They go play action here on 1st down. Now that's into the hands of Mo Alley-Cox, the tight end. And he'll be pulled down, and now a late flag will come with it. And that's in the area of a face mask, I think. Yeah, we saw that from up here, CD. A tug on the face mask, and the flag comes out.
And we saw that last week they had some defensive miscues like that. And they told us that they had worked hard on it in practice and thought they had it all cleaned up. But obviously the message hasn't really sunk in.
So now factoring in the face mask, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Benson eluding the pressure right. Throw over the middle, going to be caught here by Mo Alley-Cox. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 43 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is because that...
And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Paris Campbell, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Colts have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, and not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced to punt to get the ball.
Out is their quarterback with his offense to take over once more. He had the touchdown pass last time they had it. And they'll start here with a 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Benson. Gets this to Campbell out on the right side. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead. First and 10, Taylor now. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure you're back. You spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. That's now consecutive 5-yard carries to pick up the first down. Looking to throw. Benson. And he slides to avoid the hit. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
There he goes, and for good reason. Running with it has paid dividends earlier in this game and earlier on this drive. And until they prove they can stop him, I don't think he's going to be shy about continuing to run for first downs instead of airing it out.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
The throw down the field, caught by his running back. Touchdown, Colts! Jonathan Taylor with touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year. And the Colts take a 3-touchdown lead. Well, CD, that's his second touchdown already. And how about this offense? 3 drives, 3 touchdowns.
An absolute total team effort right now. And let's face it, I don't think he's done. We're still in the first half. There's a lot of time left to go. I don't know what they're going to do on the other side trying to slow him down. But right now, he's feeling it.
Their quarterback in this offense heading back out to the field. He's thrown touchdown passes on his last 2 drives as he begins here, 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Benson. Before being stopped at the 28.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit when he decided not to throw it on first down. But give them credit. They recovered in time to deny him the first down yardage. But it's only 2nd and short. So that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
To throw on 2nd down. Benson. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 16 yards to pick up there. The Colts have a first down.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide. And these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
So we come to halftime here with the visiting Colts taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, all right, Brandon, thank you very much. Hi again, everyone. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL. We are officially into the second half of the season. We start right here in Florida. It's Las Vegas making the long trek east to take on Jacksonville. And it's the Jaguars who have the lead in the second quarter. Trevor Lawrence with a couple of touchdown passes there. From there, we head a little further north up to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And it's the visiting LA Chargers who are out in front. Justin Herbert with 2 touchdown passes. Finally, let's get down to Houston. Check on the Texans at home at NRG Stadium. And things didn't work out for them as they fall to the visiting Philadelphia Eagles. Baker Mayfield, a strong performance there, over 300 yards passing with 3 touchdowns in the victory. Meanwhile, our game has been a boat race, very one-sided to this point. And for the call of the second half, let's get it back to our commentating team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
So here are the Colts to take over. They've gone 2 months without a loss, 8 straight wins for them. And they've got the lead here in this one as well, trying to make it 9 in a row. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Well, they certainly got dented with that first down run, so now they've got to be back on their heels a little bit as a defense.
Looking to throw on second down. Benson, flush to his right. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
Fast, slow, it doesn't matter. If you give a quarterback enough room to escape, he can hit you for a big gain. You've got to give him a little more focus moving forward.
First and 10. Benson. Got a man complete. It's Taylor. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor, 58 yards. And the Colts are in for 6. Well, forget about the weapons out wide. He knows he's got another weapon in the backfield of the passing game, Charles, and he utilized him perfectly on that play.
And the offense coordinator showed me something on that play, Brandon, because so often during a game, our cameras find them looking down at their play sheets, and you wonder if they're absorbing anything. He had something specific in mind, and he went to it, and it worked well.
Week 9 here in the National Football League. We'll have 9 weeks to go after this. We got a couple of good matchups in prime time to wrap up the first half of the season. Tonight, Tennessee and KC in the AFC. And then tomorrow night, an interconference matchup. Baltimore and New Orleans from the Superdome. Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Throwing to start the drive. Benson. This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Running straight ahead, Taylor. He'll take this to the 46.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Back to throw. Benson. That ball caught by Campbell. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots 30. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild. And here's another completion for good yardage.
So 1st and 10. And if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
To throw on 2nd down, Benson. Out of his hands quickly to Pittman. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 15-yard line. 11 yards for number 11.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Wide open receiver, complete. And the Colts are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. Defense simply not fooled by the draw there.
Well, they were thinking run to begin with, and what they tell their defensive linemen is play the run on your way to the quarterback. If someone shows, go get him, and that's exactly what they did.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Taylor bowling his way into the end zone. It's a touchdown. So it's a pretty good season he's putting together running the football. That now 10 rushing touchdowns on the year.
And we know this is a passing league, and those numbers throwing the football, they seem to go up and up every year. But there's still something to have a reliable back you can count on in the red zone to bring things home for you. And that's what he's been doing all season long.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over.
And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive.
Lawrence Guy able to bring him down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Second down, another run with Taylor.
And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this.
And he's going to have the hook up to QT.
And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out. They tend to leave him in.
On the handoff, this is Taylor. Faked him with a juke. Now he's got some room. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
That's on the tackle, Braden Smith. Now a handoff. Taylor with it. 74 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair.
So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Again, it's Taylor.
And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Now a give to Taylor. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Open man is QT, complete. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Partner, I know we're still in the afternoon slate here. Some primetime games still on the docket, but it's going to be tough to top this effort. What an offensive performance we have seen. They have been unstoppable from the moment we began this game, and they're not holding back. They're still throwing the football here in the 4th.
They certainly are, and let me tell you something. If you're old school, you don't like this at all. But in today's football, you just go ahead.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Another touchdown here in the 4th quarter, and Charles, I think we can start to consider that this undefeated streak of theirs is going to be safe for another week.
And partner, you don't make it this far into a season without a loss unless you're getting contributions from both sides of the ball and sometimes even your special teams. And that's been true today. Each side helping guide them to this late lead.
So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory, and it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the 1 touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care of every aspect of the game, shut down the run, control the airways, right? Make sure the quarterback is harassed. This type of performance you get. They can't fashion together any offense, no consistency, and they just took control.
So for the Colts, the train just keeps rolling 9-0 now to start this campaign.
And they will be at home for one next week against the Las Vegas Raiders.
Meanwhile, for New England, they are barely afloat as they fall to 4-5. And they're going to get an extra week
Yo, what's good, Sosa?
I've got some good news for you, my man.
Had a feeling you might. Let's hear it.
Well, it's actually good news for both of us. Because as of today, I'm the agent of Nike's newest athlete.
And that's me.
Good guess.
Oh, man. I'm repping the swoosh, baby. That's what's up.
Yes, you are. What you've been doing on the field made it easy to get a deal done.
Man, I've been waiting for this day to come.
I know you have, man. Keep an eye out for something from Nike. I'm sure they'll be sending you some love.
I'll be looking out for it. Thanks, Sosa.
Of course.
Let's go.
Today, from Las Vegas, Nevada, it's Week 10 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the Indianapolis Colts.
Well, even with all the buildings along the Las Vegas Strip and all the action here, this is one of the city's biggest attractions. Allegiant Stadium opened back in 2020.
Today we hit Week 10, and we've got a good one in store between the Indianapolis Colts
And the Las Vegas Raiders.
So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And a look here at their signal caller, the fifth-year quarterback.
And if you go by the numbers, he's had a Pro Bowl type season.
Throwing to start the drive. Benson escaping the pressure right. Pretty move. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
I am willing to bet that he got a monster grin on his face when he saw what was happening. Man coverage was so committed to denying a big throw that it pulled attention away from him, and he had an easy lane to hit, and hit it he did.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Benson. He'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. It's another first down as this time they get an even 20. And that last throw right there putting him already over 3,000 passing yards now for the campaign.
And given where we are in the season, Brandon, you have to think to yourself, if he stays healthy, I think 4,000 is a given. I think 5,000 is not out of the question if he stays hot.
Throwing on first down, Benson.
Back to the same target, Campbell.
And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. So they gave up the early touchdown. This has been a pretty good response. Nice drive, taking it down 1st and goal.
And I know all the cliches jump in, right? Don't get away from your game plan too early. Make sure you're settled down. Don't panic.
And he takes it in for a Colts score.
Jonathan Taylor, his 12th rushing touchdown on the year.
And the Colts are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own.
Just power football there, down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible, but all they're doing is getting...
Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts.
They are, for the moment, the best team in football, 9-0 entering play here. And, Charles, I don't know if we'd call them a surprise 9-0, but the way that they have been winning definitely opened up a lot of eyes around the NFL.
Well, what we've seen from them so far this season, you can't stop them on offense. You can't score on them on defense. So to me, if you're going to play against them, you have to bring your best game and hope they throw a clunker in that day to give yourself a chance.
So this game, Charles, you know, we talk about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that, and by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the first half. Backups get to play in the second. But you and I both know that funny things sometimes happen when you think this way. So it's incumbent upon the...
He's got a man, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Benson.
He'll dump this off to Taylor, complete. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Defensively, they came into the game with the understanding they're going to have to slow him down on passes just like this because he was over 100 yards receiving a week ago. And you know they want to get him involved here as well.
They'll look to throw again. Man open, that's Kiki QT, complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 23. These two teams all tied after one. Again, he'll drop to throw. Flushed out right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I certainly like what he did right there because he smartly wanted to avoid forcing anything downfield because nothing appeared to be open. Nice harmless slide there to avoid the big hit, and he gets a small gain on the play.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Benson. And a quick throw here. That's complete.
And the Colts are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
And, you know, he may not have the franchise tag, but I bet they're relieved to have that deal done. Keep him around.
And he's a good guy, a valuable player to them, and they wanted to make sure they had him around. Good team chemistry, always hard to find, and when you've got it, you don't want to let it get away.
To throw. Benson to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
To throw on 2nd down. Benson.
Got a man, it's Pittman, and he holds it in for the Colts touchdown.
A great play there, with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Colts are in for 6. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter, out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
He's the first in the league to reach 30 touchdown passes this year. Did that on the last drive, and he starts here with a 1st down.
play fake here on first down.
He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Rocky Sin.
And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get him back into the ball game or into the lead. In these situations, I remember playing with a quarterback once where he actually ran out onto the field first ahead of everyone else just to say, guys, let's go. Try and create that energy, create that spark.
Well, so far he has 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He'll be looking for that second touchdown now. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Benson. He'll find his man. That's Taylor again. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. First down now, but that clock rolling. Back to throw. Benson. And the Raiders have got him. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Operating from the gun. Benson. He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. So roughing the passer, and this is a unit, Charles. They hold their breath every time they see their quarterback go down and get hit like that.
Yeah, they understand how important these last couple of months are for this team. They can ill afford to have anything happen to him if they want to accomplish their goals.
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Colts have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half.
So they're able to capture the lead here just before halftime.
And not only that, they get the ball to start the second half.
That's right.
This is almost like basketball down the stretch, right, where you get the 2-for-1 situation where you try and get 2 shots to your opponent's 1. In this situation, they got the touchdown. They'll get another shot at to start the second half.
Could be a big turnaround. So here are the Colts to take over. They are working on that very impressive 9-game win streak, looking to get it to 10 as they've got the lead here, 1st and 10. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. What? Everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
On 3rd and 2, Benson. And he'll find Pittman. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
I like the call on 3rd and 2. They were geared up to stop the run. I like the fact they just hit him quick. A little slant route. All about timing there, partner.
Yeah, the timing, everything well executed. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On the handoff, Taylor shifts past him at the 45. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. Off the play fake. Benson dancing to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 47. Here's Taylor. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play, backwards a yard.
In today's NFL, we're accustomed to the tight end getting downfield and creating plays and wreaking a little havoc in the secondary. Not on this one, though. They diagnosed that one really well.
Tried the dump off, lost yardage. On 3rd down, Benson. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 29-yard line. A sizable 16-yard chunk there. The drive continues. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
They run with Taylor. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
So that flag obviously takes away the good yardage that they had on the play.
And talk about a momentum shift, because we can visibly see this celebration shifting from one side of the field to the other as soon as everyone saw the flag.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Sort of interesting going with a draw play there. Do you like that call?
I don't, but it would be a lot more powerful coming from me if I'd said it before the play actually happened, if I'd first guessed it. But look, a draw in that situation, heavy risk reward. If he walks in, it looks like a great call, doesn't it?
Yeah, instead brings up a tough 4th down. Taylor. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Jonathan Taylor,
his 2nd TD of the game and 16th on the season.
And the Colts take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right?
And now Indianapolis set to take the field.
Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10.
Throwing to start the drive. Benson will try and set up the screen. It's complete. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Nice job by the defense figuring that play out and holding it to a short game, but I don't think the offense is going to be daunted. They actually accomplished their goal there. Now they've got them aware that they can throw a screen at them, maybe to slow the pass rush down a little bit, and they can throw it downfield.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Operating from the gun, Benson.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
The offense on 3rd down, a perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And that one will go for 13 yards on the keeper and a 1st down.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone who has the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
Yeah, it'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the 4th. The give to Taylor. Stiff-armed him. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
An unfortunate time for the penalty there. That cancels out a positive play from this offense.
Well, not to sound too trite or too accepting, but you and I both know it happens. You got to accept it and move on. Yardage, you got to get back. Focus on the next play and move on.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a 1st.
Partner, even I can figure out who deserves the lion's share of credit for their lead right now because he has been terrific in a dual threat role, really chewing up yardage and getting them points with his legs. Simply put, that defense has had no way of stopping him, and that's why his side is on top.
With a dime look on defense, 2 extra defensive backs on the field have covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. They give to Taylor out of the gun. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on 1st down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Operating from the gun, Benson. He'll find a man over the middle. It's Pittman. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
Taylor. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Denzel Perryman there to bring him down. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. Benson eluding the pressure right. That is caught. Michael Pittman with it. And the Colts are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll look to run with Taylor. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Jonathan Taylor taking it in from a yard out. And the Colts add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over.
Well, they can smell victory, partner. They can see it on the horizon, but certainly we're not done yet here. Defense still has 3 timeouts, and obviously this is a very slim lead they're holding on to.
And let's face it, the easiest way to get this done, challenge your ground game. Challenge your offensive line, your tight ends, your receivers, anyone who's going to lay down a block. Don't let there be penetration because they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and maybe bring extra people to the ball. If you can do that, make them burn their timeouts, run out the clock, life will be good. But if you really want to gamble a little bit, A quick play action, quick throw, might be able to get it done. Just make sure it's not incomplete and stop the clock.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. That one looks like he'll throw here. Over the middle, hauled in by Campbell. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. They'll run with Taylor. And he is going to lose yardage here. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Back to throw. Benson, flush to his right.
He'll get this one complete there to Pittman.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Escaping the pressure right. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on.
He broke that line of scrimmage and then let it fly, and that's an automatic flag.
Yeah, and you don't just lose the 5 yards there, but you lose it down as well. So he obviously needs to have better awareness about what he's going to do. Either tuck it and go or throw it to a target and get that pass away.
On second down, it's Taylor.
And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13.
49 yards for him on the ground now and 3 touchdowns to go along with it.
The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Call it a loss of 4 there on the sack. And speaking of the number 4, it brings up 4th down now.
And for the visitors, it is going to be a happy flight home. It is always such a treat, Charles, in the NFL when you can go on the road and get a victory, and that's exactly what they accomplished here today.
Oh, the trip home so much sweeter, isn't it? All the noise they heard before, how tough it is to win on the road, how tough it is to play in this stadium, how hyped up that crowd's going to be. They just used it as fuel, came in full of confidence, believed in themselves, and got it done.
So for Indianapolis, they keep on rolling 10-0 now to start the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Philadelphia Eagles.
Meanwhile, for Las Vegas,
the turnaround hasn't materialized as they fall to 2-7. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel to Denver to take on the Broncos. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
Today, from Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis, it's Week 11 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Indianapolis Colts taking on the Philadelphia Eagles.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Indianapolis Colts. Set to take the field. On first down, Benson. Flushed out right. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
So, Charles, you talk about this offense, how well they've played. I mean, the defense, too, really. But they're sitting at 10-0 now on the year. 4-0, 5-0, that's nice. But once you start hitting double digits with these wins and no losses, I think the seriousness of the situation, it just has to ramp up.
Yeah, and when you do say 10-0, it can't scare you as a team. Just think about it this way. For most of the year, they've been playing to win their division and get to the playoffs. Now the playoffs are just about a foregone conclusion. So now they have to down-focus their thoughts about getting home field advantage and finishing unbeaten, and they need to make sure they keep it in that order.
Good yardage there for the Colts. 18 and a first down.
And, partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. He's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. Off play action. Benson.
As this complete to Woods.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Benson. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
These two teams, the Eagles and Colts, the two best rushing teams in the NFL in 2021 a season ago. The Eagles, maybe a surprise to many that they were #1 last year. Of course, they got a lot of rushing yards from their quarterback that helped them. And the Colts, with Jonathan Taylor, they were #2.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike.
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor.
And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling.
Well, they're currently the the best in the NFL in converting on third down, so it was no surprise there that they picked that one up.
And they've done it in many different ways throughout the season, Charles. Picking it up, running it, throwing it, just effective on third downs all year long. His throw caught right around the 6. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Give him 32 on the play.
That's just flat out a beautiful throw right there.
It was a rope. That's maybe the speed you would see on a slant, but he threw that downfield with that kind of pace.
Now, if he throws that one with any type of arc, puts a little air under it, that play doesn't happen. He had to fire it in there, and he did exactly that.
First and goal from just inside the 5.
Operating from the gun, Benson. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at second down.
Up the middle, here's Taylor.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Jonathan Taylor,
Halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50.
and the Colts will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. So that a great sequence for these guys to begin the ball game. They force the punt on one end, then come right down the field and score on the other.
And that's a great example of leaning on each other and building a little momentum that way. How about the defense forcing the punt, turns it over to the offense with confidence, and they take it downfield and score.
Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts.
For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. But the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
57, Mike 57.
Operating from the gun, Benson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Looking to throw. Benson got an open man. That's Campbell. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Oh, look at the juke. And now he spins free. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem scrambling for 22 and a first.
Well, that turned out better than most of the passes he could have thrown on that snap. The coverage downfield was excellent, but the containment close to home left him a backdoor escape, and they paid dearly for not locking up.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 down at the 31. Operating from the gun, Benson. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Benson. Buying time to his left. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, Benson. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
He was trying to get that one out to his running back out of the backfield, but that one was read and timed perfectly, and they were able to break it up.
So here are the Colts to take over. They've got the lead yet again in this ball game with their winning streak right now sitting at 10. Following the fumble recovery, Benson forced out to his left. Throw taken in by Taylor left side. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. It's a gain of 34.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just have receivers find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Operating from the gun, Benson. Eluding the pressure right. Out to the right and completes to Pittman. And down inside the 15 he goes. 18 more yards there and another 1st down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Campbell. Touchdown! Harris Campbell hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Colts go up by 2 touchdowns. On this play, he just made a great route. The quarterback had to deliver it, sure, but a great route run there.
And, Brandon, this is what the best receivers do. They work on their route running because it's one thing to have athletic ability, but to really get open, you have to set up defensive backs with different routes and be precise in your cuts.
quarterback leading this offense back out. He had the touchdown pass on their previous drive, and they'll search for another score as they begin here with a 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Benson. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on 1st down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down.
57
Back to throw. Benson finds his big tight end, Mo Alley Cox. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. A good pickup there, 21. Yards. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, so much for getting separation. No chance there. Locked down tight, forcing the incompletion on that attempt.
So now second. And 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
57.
Looking to throw. Benson. That's going to be caught by Alley Cox. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 34-yard line. The passing game for the Colts finding its stride, another 1st down. Time here in Indianapolis with the Colts on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things starting to get interesting in this final weekend before Thanksgiving. So let's see what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin out in Houston, and those two are tied up as they play the 2nd quarter. From there, we head down south to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And they trail the visiting Chicago Bears. The former Buckeye, Justin Fields, with a touchdown pass. Finally, let's get up to the place they call Titletown, Green Bay, Wisconsin, to see what's happening with the Packers. And they were winners in that one as they defeat the visiting Tennessee Titans. Aaron Rodgers leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden